What is up, everyone? I hope everyone had a great holidays, New Year's, Christmas, Kwanzaa, all the stuff. And since I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm okay with that, I'm sorry, but personally, I'm okay with that. But that today I'm gonna be doing a little review of the series called Ibitsu. So see, I think that's how you pronounce it. And I read this during the weekend, which I have a couple of reviews, so look out. I have a couple more reviews coming. But so yeah, I decided to read, like Ibitsu, which I'm hoping that's how you pronounce it. And so pretty much this was like a book. So this was like the complete collection of it, because like that there were, so before this that there was a couple books like that, that you split it up into a couple volumes, but the one I got was the complete collection, which I think that's like the main. So that's like the main way to get it now. I think it's like through the complete collection. And I actually found this accidentally in my comic shop. So shout out to Reed's Comic Madness and shout out to Reed. I gotta get you on my podcast one of these days if you're watching. Which, by the way, I gotta get my podcast up again because it's been a few months since I've done an episode of my podcast. But yeah, no. So like Ibitsu follows this guy who I forget his name, but that's because they don't actually say his name until like I think like the very end of the book. So it's like for most of the book, he's just referred to as Oni-chan, which is like Big Brother in Japanese. But it kind of follows this kid who like lives, like he goes to high school and lives in this apartment by himself. And that one day he's taking out the trash and he finds this girl standing at the trash, and she asked him to be his. So it's like he asked him to be her big brother, and because that she wants to be the perfect little sister, and so that he had no idea what she was talking about. So she was like, "Yeah, like I have a sister," because that's what she thought. So that's what he thought she asked was like, "Do you have a sister?" But and it turns out that this kind of like an urban legend like around the school is that apparently that this the school that just goes around asking to be people's little sister. And like the more you find out, like the creepier it gets. Like this is a creepy ass group. So like I'll have pictures of the artwork just to show how creepy she is. But it's like an urban legend, and like if you say no, you die right away. But if you say yes, she's gonna kind of torture you and make everything worse for you, and then you die. So the best way is to answer, and obviously he didn't know that beforehand. So now he said yes, and it's honestly, I would say like the art is creepy, and like it started off so creepy. I thought I thought the story like the first half was definitely creepy because because all of the stuff was happening. Like she was breaking into his apartment, cleaning, watching him sleep. Like it was such a creepy little story. Like in the first half, which even in the second half, it's too creepy. But the second half kind of goes in a more brutal direction because it's like that's when she starts to get violent. Like the first half of the book, like of the series, like she's breaking into the apartment building, cleaning his apartment, and watching him sleep, and watching him at school, like stalking him pretty much, like he has a stalker. And this whole, like at first you thought, it was, like it was his actual sister, because like in the book, like he has an actual sister and a family and stuff. So like he thought it was like his actual sister that cleaned his apartment and was coming in at night and doing all this stuff. But it turns out it's actually this girl he saw at the dumpster throwing out the trash, and man, like it's just really good. And then like, obviously it gets crazy and crazy as the story goes on, and that she becomes more violent, as I said. But it's just such a creepy story, and like I think the art is actually out there, and this is probably like one of the creepiest manga I think I've ever read. And I think part of that is because I had no idea of like what was going of like what to expect, because I knew nothing about the series, and like about this book. So it's like I had no expectations, like I knew nothing about it, because there's some books you read, it's like, oh, okay, that was a little creepy, but like this actually sent shivers down my spine because it was actually creepy. Because again, like that, obviously it's based off of an urban legend of like the school showing up randomly and asking to be a sister. But like some of the stuff he does is actually like realistic. Like that'd be creepy if someone broke into your house and just start doing stuff and start to stalk you. Like that's You know that like that's a real like that's an actual thing that happens to people. Wow, like where I feel like with something like Junji Ito, who I love Junji Ito, like a lot of his stuff is creepy for sure, but it's not realistic. While this, I feel like since shivers down my spine kind of got to me a little bit was because this, you know, like was a little bit more realistic and was a little bit more grounded until the end. So the ending was not realistic at all. It was like it was grounded pretty much until towards the end, but you know for the most part it was a really creepy book and like it was a very creepy series with creepy artwork, and I did absolutely love the series, and like I would recommend it. You know, I'd give it like a solid 8, like 8 out of 10, because it was really good. There was a few things I had wrong with it, like like most of that was just the story. Like I thought the story, like especially as it went on, and like the more we found out about this girl, and like the twist and stuff. I wasn't a huge fan of the twist because like it was a little predictable. Like the twisting and the end, like the ending, I wouldn't say was super predictable, but like you could guess a lot of the twist that happened towards the end with like her in the mental hospital and all that stuff. But you know, the story was kind of the weak point at parts, like towards the end. But like outside of the story, the art was pretty good. The character design was pretty good. Like she was creepy as she was creepy as shit. I'm not gonna lie, she was super creepy. And then, but yeah, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, especially if you like creepy manga, like horror manga. I would sort of be like, just read it. Go ahead and read it. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.